City Morning Show.
A most pleasant morning, a lovely, beautiful Monday morning. Now I could sing this song. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. Yeah, but you know how it is. We're here this morning, folks. Some people are missing in action. Most people are on board. But we're here this morning. Want to pray for Papa. Hope Papa is well this morning. Hope everything is good. I don't see you since you're gone, but I trust and hope that in the name of the good Lord, everything is okay and you stay doing the right thing as always. So as we're here this morning, folks, welcome to this week edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. My name is Robert Checker Usher with you, and it's a pleasure being here with you today and always. And we are coming to you live from North Division Channel 10. Channel 10 has been a far away since we started, folks. So they're right ahead. The others are behind us coming. One day they figure they might catch up with us, but we're moving on. So we're moving on up, all right? So Channel 10 is right here for you all, and we are viewed over the entire country of Belize and uniquely right here in Orange Walk Town. You know, folks, people that do not have the affordability of affording their cable, then at least they have Channel 10 that they can see. So when we're moving on up to higher heights, we put everybody in mind and everybody on clue. So make sure we are reaching everyone. So good morning, a lovely, beautiful morning, a lovely, beautiful day today. I'd like to say good morning to Mrs. Rosenda Jones. I'd like to wish you a most happy birthday today. Good morning and happy birthday to you. Comes to you from the entire family. Wishing you the best today and always. Hope all is well and fine. RC1 should be here. We will be having the Minister Aragon on the show this morning to talk to us about the issues going on, definitely. And we have the municipal elections, not only in Orange Walk, but over the entire country of Belize. Let me see if I can get Delvi to come on and bless us this morning before we start off things, because we have the weather report as well coming in from the Belize Met Service right here. RC1 supposedly. Hi, good morning, Delvi. I already have you live online, and I know what I will ask you for. You are able to do for us. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. RC.
Yeah, Delvi, when they said that when the good Lord come, the good Lord will come like a thief in the night. But you now come as a thief, right? The Lord will come to save all of his soul. So I just call you,
Yes.
and I know when I call you that you are ready. But sorry for calling you and didn't inform you.
Okay. It is quite okay, Mr. Checky. That's okay.
Yeah, so how are you doing this morning?
Well, so far so good. Preparing for my lessons this morning.
Okay, that's great to know. How is San Pedro today?
The weather is very nice. The sun is coming out already and it is fresh. It's not cold, it's not hot. It is just a fresh morning this morning.
Okay, a great time to be in San Pedro. How is it coming on when it comes to the tourism aspect of persons gathering on the island? Is it already in its peak or it's still normal?
Well, I would say in its peak, because a lot of the tourists are escaping from the cold weather in the States, so we have a lot of them coming on the island these days. And I guess yes.
Also have to sing that song for them. Welcome to Belize. Welcome for out of the freezer and into the nice Belize.
Yes, into the warm.
Well, Delvi will ask you that kind favor to lead us in prayer this morning so we can go through the Sugar City Morning Show today, the rest of the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for blessing each and every one of us with the breath and the gift of life. Thank you for guiding us safely throughout the night, for protecting us. And I pray, Lord, that you open our minds, that you open our hearts, that you cleanse our thoughts, that as we go about this day, that all things that we do be done to your honor and your glory, that you humble us where we need humbling, that you strengthen us where we need strengthening, and you uplift us where we need encouragement. For you hold the key to our lives. You are the God of our salvation, and with you and through you, we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. So I pray your divine blessings upon each and every member in the station, upon the persons that are listening and their family members, I give you all the praise and all the thanks as they go about this day and for the rest of the week. Blessings be upon each and every one of you in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you very much, Delvi. That was a great prayer this morning, and you know, like I say that I apologize for calling you without notice, but you have that prayer right there with you, and thank you so much. All right.
Yes, but you don't have to apologize, Mr. Chicky. I'm always here.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Delvi, and all the best to you and your class, your students, all the way there in San Pedro, and the entire family. You want to say hi to anybody in Orange Walk since you're online?
But just want to say good morning to my family, to my son Devon in Trial Farm. And I just hope that all of them are doing well this morning. They're doing great this morning.
Well, thanks again, Delvi. Thanks again.
Yes,
And if the good Lord so will, we will hear from you again tomorrow, because tomorrow is our poem day as well, right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
yes,
thanks.
Sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks very much, Delvi. And of course, it gives me great pleasure to...
You're welcome.
Yeah. It gives me great pleasure this morning to say good morning to my brother from another mother, RC1. Good morning, RC.
Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, good morning.
You agree with that statement?
My brother from another mother. I wonder whoever started that. Pero hermanos, sí.
Yeah.
Gracias a Dios, yes. Good morning, Jackie.
¿Cómo está el tiempo afuera, RC?
Why, it's delicious, it's bright. Wonderful, bright day, bright day.
Okay.
Bright day. Thank God for another day.
Yeah, let me just get the weather report from the Belize Met Service so we can share it with our viewers and listeners. And of course, RC would like to remind everyone that we'll be having Minister Aragon on the show this morning, and it will be live also on Sugar City Radio and Universal Radio. Así para la gente que está escuchando.
Sí, en unos momentos tendremos con nosotros aquí el honorable Eloy Aragon Jr., que nos estará participando en el programa el día de hoy. Así que si desean comunicarse con él o con nosotros acá, pueden llamar a 302-2170. Y también estamos vivos en Universal Radio y SSRS. Así que feliz día, muy buenos días.
I nearly think I hear when I say programa de esta mañana, el matutino.
Oh yes, I want to say top of the morning to my good friend Matutino there in San Narciso. And that's not our good friend Gabriel Martinez.
At this time, folks, we go over to RC1 for today's weather forecast, and this is brought to you by the Belize Met Service, and RC1 will lead us with that, not a prayer, but with the weather report for today, RC.
Well, the forecast says here that it's, let's see, we have mainly fair and mostly dry weather to prevail, and the 24-hour forecast calls for sunny skies today and partly cloudy tonight. Little or no rainfall is expected. That's beautiful, beautiful weather. And the winds will be from the east-northeast at 5 to 15 knots. That's a moderate kind of speed for the seas at this time of the year. The sea states are going to be choppy. The temperatures in the coastal areas, 82 degrees Fahrenheit and 28 degrees Celsius. In the inland area, 87 degrees Fahrenheit and 31 degrees Celsius. In the hills, the temperatures are 73 degrees Fahrenheit and 23 degrees Celsius. The outlook again says for Tuesday and Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, skies with generally isolated showers or a few periods of rain over the south. Elsewhere, skies will be partly cloudy and isolated showers. So we're going to have beautiful weather. And of course, when they say slightly scattered showers, Jackie, it means that you have little sporadic showers from here to there, no? And every time, and every now and then, and that's why they call it scattered.
Yeah, I see why some people like say we have the weather, the nice sunny weather, and we have the rainy weather. The rainy weather good for some people, and the sunshiny weather good for. Why when time the rainy weather come, people say bad weather they come?
Well, a few.
A few.
I mean, in the north, people really, again, a few, some, because if you're a farmer, you welcome the rain.
That's right, that's right.
But again, if you're a cane farmer and have your fields in the low-lying areas, you say, well, hay que esperar que hasta termine la lluvia.
That's right.
All right, so it's just a perception of how you look at things, but, every day is a good day. If it's raining, it's a bright day. If it's sunshine, it's a bright day because, it's one day at a time that we live, and so we make the best of every day and every situation.
Yeah, good. RC, before we go on our break, because we have the minister coming up, it's already 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. But I was applaud and glad to hear the Mexican ambassador spoke about the new Escuela Secundaria Mexico that will be built in the Toledo district.
Well, yes, yes.
Something great.
Yes, you see, el embajador de México a Belice ha indicado que se va a construir una escuela secundaria como tenemos en Santa Clara, San Román, en el distrito de Corozal, que se va a hacer uno en Toledo. Siempre hablamos de la realización de tener educación para nuestra gente, para que se puedan mejorar. Y esto viene con los esfuerzos del gobierno, el Ministerio de Educación de Belice, donde se reúnen para ver, bueno, cómo vamos a darle crecimiento al futuro de nuestro país y nuestros hijos en Belice. Y educación es una de las formas de poder tener esa educación para salir, para que uno se pueda elevar, se pueda mejorar y también tener un mejor futuro. Pero yendo en Toledo, en el Distrito Sur, es algo muy bonito porque nosotros en todo Belice agradecemos la oportunidad de ir en la escuela y es muy importante.
Yeah, very important.
Good. Yes, we were there over the weekend in Punta Gorda,
Okay.
and there was fine weather. And one of the things there about education, people take education serious, especially in the Mayan communities, where you have the boys and girls going to UB. You'd be surprised at the level of education that these people have, and having the Instituto Escuela Secundaria, I guess it will be Mexico de Toledo. Right?
Yeah.
It's a wonderful idea, and this just indicates to you the relationship where a UDP government negotiates and liaises with a Mexican government and other countries and other agencies to ensure that what is good for Belize continues to be promoted. And education, any educator will tell you that when you go to school is where you learn to put the footsteps of making the difference between who you are and who you want to be. And so we really want to big up the ministry, the government, and of course say a big thank you to the government and people of Mexico.
What's the reflection, or what's the comments from the people there in Toledo about this news that the Mexican ambassador gave us last week?
Happiness. Like I said, they cherish education so much that whenever they get the opportunity to go, they go, and the schools there are filled up. People believe in going to school. People want to go to school, and so it was welcomed with a lot of love, enthusiasm, and
in the
gratitude.
month of love.
Oh yes, this is February, the month of love.
Yeah, well, thanks to the government of Belize, and we have to applaud the Mexican government. I think that was mentioned when the president Enrique, what's the name?
Enrique Peña Nieto.
That was mentioned when he was here.
When he paid his official
and it's
visit
coming
to
true.
Belize. Yes. And you see, the relationship between Belize and Mexico and Mexico and Belize, it is a strong bond. Most of our people in the north come from El Norte, Yucateco, etc. My grandfather came from Yucatan. So we have that little Mexican heritage in us, and it's good to realize that we have friendly neighbors like Mexico, that we bond together, in commerce, trade, culture, education, and the things that bond nations together. So that's a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Well, thanks to the Mexican government, because no one used to go across a Chetumal as well. He stopped, infraction, that not happen again. Take care, we're good now, RC, which is welcome.
Yes.
Well, RC will go on a break because we have the minister coming up, Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr. coming up on the show, and he holds the ministry of what, RC?
Police.
Okay, all right.
Police.
All right.
Security.
So, you're right, but that doesn't mean you can't do other things as well out of the ministry, right?
No, because you see, ministries, you're a caretaker of the ministry to ensure that the policies and direction is assisted and given to the officers there. But the scope of it is wide, and the work that is involved is tremendous, because when you talk about security and security forces, you're talking the entire nation of Belize. It's not only an office or a person, but you're dealing with bodies of people are looking at national security, local security, community security, interaction with the people of Belize to have that friendly relationship. And it's an ongoing and a challenging ministry because expectations are always high when you deal with people on a one-on-one basis. But once we understand the function of the police department to provide safety and do the best with the resources they have in the country and the partnership with the community, then you can see how the security is strengthened.
All right, so let's take our break, RC. Vamos a agarrar una, how do you say it?
Vamos a tomar una pausa.
Vamos a tomar.
Una breve pausa y aún regresamos.
That's right, folks. We take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by the Minister, Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can whip it scream, for Dano milk it is real, yes, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in Fiji, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can hear this talk, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
Buster. They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things, things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175. or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Hallover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross-section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Hi, I am Philip de la Fuente, son of Audrey and Joe de la Fuente. I have 5 siblings, Joey, Giovanni, Orlando, Andre, and Selena. My heart belongs to my lovely, intelligent, and hardworking wife, Ruth, with whom I have 4 beautiful children. I currently hold a certificate of chemist and druggist from the University College of Belize. Orange Walk Town is my second love, and I have lived all my life feeling proud of my town and its people. In 2006, I served as the town's deputy mayor, and in 2009, I was elected mayor of Orange Walk Town, a job I carried out with dedication and passion until 2012. My achievements are a matter of public record. I own a successful pharmacy and dedicate a lot of my spare time to my farm and my motorcycling hobby. I bring a wealth of experience to the table and a passion for my town and people second to none. Under my watch and with the assistance of central government, we will see development and progress like never before. So, on March 7th, let us go to the polls and vote UDP all the way.
We voted for Philip, we voted for Jesha, we voted for Jose, we voted for Derek, we voted for Armando, we voted for Yara, we voted for Evan, or to the B7. Orange Walk, change for progress, change is coming.
25 minutes after 7 o'clock, we welcome you back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning, Minister. But before I give you the big welcome, I want to take this opportunity right now, and I'm sure that you will join with me in doing this, to wish our great friend, Mr. RC1 Ruben Campos, a happy birthday today, because it's RC1's birthday today. Good morning, RC1. Happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you, Chucky. And well, God bless you another day. Well, if you allow me to, I also want to say happy birthday to my son, Carlton Chap. There in the UK. He's celebrating his birthday today. So celebrating that with my son is really a wonderful experience. And of course, we also have 2 good friends also that celebrating their birthday, Yvette. And
Yvette birthday too?
Yes, and Anna Martinez.
Anna, what?
And Anna, so they say happy birthday, you say same to you.
Yeah.
So I want to wish them the very best to them. We thank God for another day.
Yeah.
Yes, and thank you.
Well, Minister, we want to say good morning to you and welcome to the show. It's a pleasure having you here. Myself and RC1 will be conducting with you here this morning. So, how is it going?
It's going good, man. Going good. First, I want to say good morning to all the radio listeners and TV viewers across this country, especially to our Orange Walkenians that are here listening with us and tuned in today, no? It's a wonderful day. I tell you, you get up early and you watch out there. You could see it's going to be a beautiful day. So it's a pleasure being here again, Tocheke. I think coming to the show is very important because we want to to get out to our radio listeners and TV viewers our message and of what's happening and what we are doing and how the UDP 7 team is getting the work done in terms of preparing for this municipal election. You know, and I do think that at this point in time, you know, we are only about a month away from election, and I think it is important for us to touch with the viewers out there and bring home the message that and the reasons why they should support the UDP 7 team. I think there's a lot of reasons we could stay here day in and day out talking about these reasons, but you know, I was thinking, Philip, I was thinking, Cheki and Ruben, and I was looking at how do we move this town forward? What will make this town the kind of town that where we see the development and infrastructure that other towns have enjoyed? You know, I always think on these things. And I will tell you that when I look at Cayo, vivid examples, you know, Cayo, we look at San Pedro, we look at Belize City, we look at all the different districts mostly. But these districts stand out because you can really see the development. And then you ask yourself, well, how they have that kind of development and we in Orange Walk have not gotten that development to that extent. We have seen some, but we haven't gotten there. And when I think about it, the question and the answer, the answer to that question comes in the form that we haven't gotten there because this town has elected a POP town council for the last 6 years, during a period where the United Democratic Party is central government. Furthermore, the mayor, the present mayor right now, has publicly and time again has said blatantly that he does not want to do anything with the government, anything with Dean Barrow, and he needs no help to get things done in Orange Walk. That arrogance that he has so vividly demonstrated time and time again is one of the reasons why this town is not moving forward. And when I look at it, we have to be real. We have to understand as Orange Walkenians that what it is in terms of the town council, their capabilities, the amount of resources that they manage, the potential that they have to make certain infrastructural developments is limited. And this is not only something that affects Orange Walk, it affects countrywide. And I will tell you, when you look at Cayo, when you look at San Pedro, Belize City, most of the big infrastructural developments, etc., has not come about because of the municipality. It comes about because of central government's input, right? But they have a UDP town council or city council that is prepared to work with central government. And that is why we see these developments. In Orange Walk, the reality is that this town council, the PUP town council, cannot do anything more, cannot take us to the another step, cannot do so, and will never do so. If the people of Orange Walk elect a PUP town council right now for the next 3 years, this town ain't going to go nowhere. We're not going to move this town in infrastructure because the present PUP town council, they lack the resources, they lack the vision, and more importantly, they lack the leadership. Right? I campaign and I talk to a lot of people out there, and people tell me, Mr. Aragon, we are here and we want to see the development. And I say, if you want to see the development, we must understand that development can only come right now to the extent that we want to see it if we have a UDP town council there that will work in tandem with central government and get the additional resources that will bring about the kind of development that we want to see in terms of our streets, in terms of other infrastructure here in Orange Walk. The PUP right now cannot do that because they can only do so much. And they will not do so this coming 3 years if they are elected. You know why? For many reasons. One, they have tied up the government resources, their resources, which is the subvention that governments give them every month. The $33,000 that they get, half of that subvention or more is tied up for the next 12 to 15 years paying back the people of Ms. Tycrobe Company and the people from Grijalva Company who paved some streets in Orange Walk. And so they are tied up. And I could tell you they're tied up because we look and see on what they are doing right now in Orange Walk. They are raising business tax on several occasions. They have, look, when you look at garbage tax, that they call it on garbage tax or garbage fee, you have poor people. Poor people, when they look at small little shops, when now they make no lot of money, and they are charging them $125 a month for garbage. I mean, you look at these things, and these things are a burden to a lot of small businesses out there. And I will, when you look at all of that, they are also making deals with companies and big companies and telling them, listen, if you pay your taxes in advance, you are getting a big discount, 25% discount or more. And they have done this not only for 1 year, but up to 2 years. So it will come a time where we'll have a revenue slump generation for the town. All of these things the mayor is doing because why? Him as the mayor and leading this town here, not have enough resources for put the kind of projects that we would want to see in Orange Walk town. And half of the subvention now going that is in depth for the next 12 to 15 years, he needs to find money. And what will he do? He have to raise business tax, he have to raise the garbage fee. He has to look at ways to collect more money. And who he can collect more money from? The only people he could do that from are the people who live in this town.
Well, that comes because, you know, he and his party have a difference than the UDP. The UDP run an election and a campaign to work for and develop the country and the community. They go together to go and ask you to support their party. When you go completely party and you do not choose the party that is working for you, these are the results. And as you rightly mentioned, Minister, that if you have a municipality who refuses to partner with central government for development for Orange Walk, then nothing will happen. Then when the increases of taxes come to do the things in Orange Walk, he will have to tax the people of Orange Walk. I was in PG over the weekend. PG, a small community, one of the smallest town councils. They have 2 garbage trucks, compact trucks, 2, not 1, and we don't even have one in Orange Walk because we have a mayor and a council, a PUP council, that are not thinking about providing the better quality service for people. Imagine 2 compact garbage things in PG, and we need to examine that the UDP slate under the leadership of Philip De La Fuente is the team to bring Orange Walk forward. And as the minister rightly mentioned, if you will have a municipality, a team up there, the PUP, that are not going to ask for anything for you, why vote for them? Better vote for the people. Invest your vote on those who you will get returns. And you're right. It's time for a change.
I have 2 text messages. Someone said that for small business, it's only $5 a month. It said, can we refer to the declared garbage rate that is published yearly so we can know exactly what kind of charges is coming out?
Well, I'm telling you, they charge $125 for small shops. When I tell you small shops, that is the mame and the store, Pandelicana, where they sell the goods, etc. Right? And like I'm telling the public right now, if we vote PUP right now, we're not seeing no new development. No. Not tell yourself that, oh, we are seeing development or we are seeing the kind of infrastructure where we want to see in Orange Walk. We're not seeing with the PUP. That is a fact. Because of all of these things that they are strapped for cash right now, furthermore, they cannot do it without central government. Any town council, all of them, when you look at Cayo, San Pedro, how have they been able to do it? With the collaboration of government, additional resources coming in from government to support the town councils in terms of infrastructure. All the great works that we have seen in Orange Walk, because this is a misconception, because the mayor always pulls up and is always there because they control the media and always appear that he may make this thing happen. The reality is, when you look at the municipal park, the Central Park, that came through a funding through SIF, through SIF and other and government, and I think the World Bank, in terms of looking across this country on how to improve our municipal parks, etc. And that came about, and the investment came from government, and that is why we have Central Park the way it looks, and that is why we have the roads around Central Park paved. That not the mayor pave these things. It is government's money through central government that has seen this through SIF. And when you look at the expansion on the market, again, that is coming from government funds. Huh? And when you look at European Union, etc., people like say, well, the European Union, but that money has to be gotten through the support of government. They're not through the mayor. It comes because of central government's project. It comes because of the projections on how they want to see and spend certain money in certain areas across this country. So all the major developments we have seen in this town is because of central government.
Now saying all that, we know that the UDP has been in 2017 early trying to get candidates to run for the town council election. Now the UDP has a slate. Do you believe that the slate that the UDP has is capable enough of taking on this responsibility to run this town?
Of course, without a doubt. I mean, you have Mr. Philip de la Fuente, who is running for mayor for the UDP. That's a solid person, you know. Solid individual in terms of his convictions, in terms of his commitment to work, and his commitment to seeing Orange Walk prosper. When you look at all of our candidates, I always tell this to people. These people come, they are their own person. They are their own thinkers. They come from different walks of work in our community. Two of them are from BSI, who are out there working day in and day out like all the other BSI factory workers. You know, we have Mandeosha, who is a protector for BSI. You know, you have Kokom, who is always there working in tandem out there, and they represent the BSI workers. You have Ms. Yara Vieira Cal. She's a teacher at Technical. You have Mr. Derek Sambula, who's a grassroots person. Everybody in this town know Derek Sambula and could talk to the man, and he's always at the sports at the stadium looking at work that he does there. Then you have the young girl, Miss Canton, Ajesha Canton, a young person. She represents the young, prosperous young people of this country. Then you, of course, you have Mr. Evan Williams, who is here working in the IT section, in the IT business. And so when you look at all these people, they come from all walks of work. When you look at the PUP council team, the reality is all except two work for one person, for one family in this town, and that is the Bresenio family. They either work for Center or they work for Smart, or sometimes I don't know if they may work for Fiesta, but that is where they work. What does that tell you? That they work for one person. Therefore, they are that one family controls this town. This is what the people of Orange Walk must understand. From time immemorial, the Bresenio family has controlled this town. They are in all businesses, you name it, from radio to cable to telecommunication to the big juice to juice to everything that they do in this town is controlled by them. And now, for a long time now, they have been controlling the municipality of this country. Yeah. You look at it, of the 7 candidates, all except 2 have not come from the Bresenio clan business sector. What does that tell you about that group of people? I know they are saying that they're evil persons or that. No. But it points to the fact that there's one person, one family that controls them. And if they control them, then control this town. And I've always said, the UDP in this town are underdogs. We are always the underdogs in this town. Why? Because we are fighting a monopoly in this town, which is the Bresenio them. They have controlled everything. And right now, when you look at the control of the media in terms of radio, in terms of telecommunications, in terms of cable, that is big, you know. Everybody in this town, all you hear to a large extent is PUP propaganda. From CTV lies down to the radio, to Fiesta, you hear PUP propaganda. And the people of Orange Walk have to understand this. We know Johnny Bresenio for too long in this country. The country know him well, and the people of Orange Walk know him well. He has been in power as a representative of the people in Central for close to 3 decades. And ask the people, have we seen the kind of infrastructure there for the 3 decades that he has been there? I don't think we see any kind of infrastructure that we could be proud of in Central. But he is still there. because he controls so much, and he has so much money right now that he has the power to influence a lot of things. And that is who we are fighting against right now in this town. That is when you look at the candidates that we have, Philip and the UDP 7 coming up and putting their name to run for Orange Walk, is because they have a true commitment to Orange Walk. None of them there, they get paid. None of them has any other ulterior motives. They are there because they are sincere to see a better Orange Walk. I want to see a better Orange Walk. And I think everybody out there wants to see a better Orange Walk. But then we have to ask the question and be real. How will we get the kind of Orange Walk that you and me can be proud of, that our kids that are coming up will be proud of? The only way we can get that is if we vote for a UDP 7 team. Because the reality is, this PUP Town Council cannot take us any further. And when you look at some of the streets that they have paved, you have to give the devil a due. The mayor paved the streets, but at what cost? He borrowed so much money that he has tied up 4 consecutive town board elected municipalities for the next 12 to 15 years. And then roads now last 10 years, my brother, I did tell you. But the fact is that he has done that. And yes, we see some roads, but we have to be cognizant of the fact that that money is still owed. So for the next 3 years, you put PUP there, they have to find the money. That means half of their subvention is gone. So what new projects will they bring about for Orange Walk? They can't. And what will they do for suffice for that? They will raise taxes on people, on the business people, and the business people, and do what? They will pass that on to the people of Orange Walk Town.
We're going
so
to
we have to
message,
understand these things.
We're going to text message, Minister, but we'll ask you to address this when we come back. I said, will the UDP reduce the unbeatable garbage fee? We'll touch that when we come back, and we'll open the lines. Because we need to take one break, you can call us at 302-2170. This morning we're having a conversation with Minister Elodio Aragon Jr. right here on the show, myself and RC1, and at the same time we are celebrating RC1 birthday today. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll open the lines.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el... ¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche-France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche-France.
My name is Armando Adolfo Oser, better known as Chile. I was born here in Orange Walk Town. I am the 6th of 8 children from the union of Herman and Delfina Rosita Oser. My dad, who was known to everyone as Chile, worked at the Public Works Department for many years. I am proud to be one of the first graduating class of Technical High, after which I was employed at BL for 10 years. I am currently employed at Belcogen, where I have been for the past 10 years. I am married and have 3 lovely children. They are the most important thing in my life, and my fondest memories are those of my children growing up. I am active in my community. Therefore, I have decided to serve this town as a UDP councillor. I had a happy, normal, and exciting and adventurous childhood. You see, I believe that our children and their children can also enjoy an Orange Walk like the one I grew up in. This UDP team can make Orange Walk better for everyone. So on March 7th, come out and place your X on the red. Vote UDP 7.
We voted for Jesha, we voted for Jose, we voted for Derek, we voted for Armando, we voted for Yara, we voted for Evan. Vote to the B7. Orange one, change for progress. Change is coming. Break the grandpa, break the sister, break the brother.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
We will build a better and more beautiful Orange Walk town.
A better Orange Walk for our children and our children's children.
An Orange Walk, where our residents can enjoy good and clean streets, drains, and parks.
An Orange Walk where tourism will complement our sugar industry.
An Orange Walk that will provide more job opportunities for its residents.
A developed Orange Walk that will be the pride of all Northenians.
For real development and the Orange Walk we all wish to see, your UDP 7 is here to make that change for progress.
Punta Gorda Town now has a modern multi-purpose sporting facility thanks to the government of Belize. The brand new complex is double the size of the prior venue, and some of the features include a FIBA certified wooden court with padding underneath, seating capacity for 1,000, changing rooms, locker rooms, and offices. This $3.4 million investment in the town of Punta Gorda is being heralded by the residents of PG.
I feel very excited because this is first time a port like this is built in PG.
This is a big achievement for the town because we have a lot of the youths there where they come out and want to play ball the same way. And this just a put up on another level.
A lot of youths can't even wait to play on the new court because it's so official and it's something new to PG, in a whole.
I want to thank the government of Belize because then they look out for PG,
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. 11 minutes away from the beautiful hour of 8 o'clock. We are speaking with Honorable Elodie Aragon this morning, myself and RC1. Minister, the text I read to you, I made a little mistake on it. It said, will the UDP reduce the unbearable garbage fee?
Well, I can't speak for the UDP 7 team here because I don't mean they run. I sure Philip de la Fuente and his team will look at that situation and come up with a solution. Because I will tell you, at the end of the day, we have thinkers, people who think for themselves. No one man think for them. And I can't make one decision for a council to be. But what I can tell you, and I can assure the general public, is that knowing Philip and knowing this team, and the creativity that they have, I am sure they will find a better solution in how to deal with the garbage situation. Here, Mr. Ruben just talked about looking at PG getting 2 garbage compactor trucks.
Yes,
I've known that other municipalities are also getting compactor trucks. And how are they getting these things? They're getting these things through support of the government, central government, right? And I'm sure that if we are able to have a UDP municipality here in this town, we are going to find the compactor trucks, because if they could give MPG and they could give Kayo, why they can't give Orange Walk? And I'm confident that if they come up with that plan, we could see where the reduction in garbage rates, especially for the small businesses. I'm telling you, I look at well, not only for residents on our whole, we have garbage. But when you look at a small mom or pop's store, they're not producing a lot of garbage, but the amount of fees they are charging these people, they are literally putting them out of business. We have to look at the bigger businesses that really put out garbage. Those are the ones we have to ensure that they pay their due share. And I do think that Philip, when he gets there, will look at all of these, because Philip is the kind of person who I think his specialty is in the kind of work that we are talking about.
Somebody say Philip going to pick up dirt too.
Well, if you know Philip, he's the kind of person that even right now he worked at a pharmacy, but on any given day you can see him there with the weed eater. So don't put it past him to be out there with the crew, also assisting and picking up garbage. He is a hands-on man. He's a worker. He's a worker, and that is why he was selected by his colleagues to be the leader and lead the team. Because when you have a working leader and a working team that will get things done, then certainly you can see the difference where it's clear there. And he's a person that will go and fight for what the people really want. No, what we need to look at is two things here. We have a mayor in Kevin Bernard who is loyal to the PUP and Johnny Briceño. So when he was elected, his loyalty was to the party and to Briceño. The difference is that with Philip de la Fuente and the UDP team, their loyalty is to the people of Orange Walk. It just so happens that they are running under the UDP ticket, but their loyalty and their concern is for the people of Orange Walk. When you hear the other party win, they say, oh, the PUP win. They don't say the people win. When the UDP win, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Right Honorable D. Barrow said, it's the people, for the people, and all the people. But that's the difference. So people of Orange Walk, we need to go and elect a team that is going to work for the people and not for a party, for the people. And Philip de la Fuente and the UDP is the one that leads that. And as the minister rightly said, I don't know how many trips you'll have to take, but I know Philip and the team would have got to build upon daily or weekly to ensure that those garbage compactors get here and much, much more. So you need a team that is aggressive and love the people of Orange Walk. There's a love for Orange Walk and there's a love for your party. And that's the difference. And that is why the rest of the country have been growing, because they go and they get elected for the love of the community. But in Orange Walk, we have to break this. We have to break this silence, and people, we need to go and vote so that the people win. And the people can only win when you vote for the UDP team.
Talking about Needham, Minister and RC1, in this municipal election, we have 3 divisions that forms part of the electorate for the municipal election. We have Orange Walk North, which is Ochobenke. We have the Central and have East. Going into your third year as the area representative and minister for Orange Walk East Minister, how is your relationship coming on with the people in Orange Walk East? You see it rising, or you see it stagnant, you see it at the same? How is it coming on?
I think it's going pretty well. I've been visiting the people of Orange Walk East. I've done all of the lower Louisiana area, and now I'm into the proper Louisiana, campaigning house to house. And it's not only about campaigning in terms of the UDP 7, it's also a part of my relationship with the people of the East to see how they are doing, to see what are some of their concerns and issues. So, just to look in and checking with the family. And I will tell you, it's going well. And for the most part, the issues and concerns are the same right now. For instance, the lower Louisiana area, like I've always said, when every single family that is there complains about the drains out there and about the high grass and the non-performance of the PUP town council right now in their area. And I told them, you know what, if you put this UDP 7 team there, I am confident that together we could get all the drains, necessary drains, to be done properly in terms of at least opening up and leave it and ensure that they are connected and they go to the sea, because they have a serious water problem there when it rains. And I'm sure that Philip understands the issues in that area, and together I am sure we can get a lot of it done. But the PUP town council totally neglects that area. They don't even go into that area to do any kind of work. So every area has their priorities.
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Mr. Argon. Happy birthday, by the way.
That's not my birthday. That's not my birthday. That's not the minister's birthday. That's RC1.
I said morning, happy birthday, Ruben.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Morning, sir. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Morning. Tell us.
Yes. Okay. I just called because as a matter of information for people who might be misled by propaganda, the PUP propaganda, these things, the little development that is taking place in Orange Walk is because central government sees the need to be working for its people, because not everybody voted for PUP, so you can't punish everybody for what they did. And what the mayor he has brazenly gotten on the rostrum and said, I don't need central government, I don't need Dietmar, I don't need Capevega. I think you guys recall that speech that they gave. But my point is that you have a development like this, well, it's not the Central Park, we know it as the Queen Elizabeth Park. We have development like the market, the new market that is being built there. All these projects are being done with government, central government money through the Social Investment Fund and other funds that have to be, that is central government money, that is government revenue, not local government. That has nothing to do with Mr. Bernard. The fact that he is being called to come and cut the ribbon at the opening of these things is because, out of respect, he's the mayor, obviously. He represents the town, so he has to be there. But he had nothing to do with these things. He had no input whatsoever when it comes to the project. The project was identified in Belmopan, and it was brought to fruition by monies from Belmopan. So when he's going around claiming all these things, it's nonsense. He has done nothing. That lovely road from Comango all the way to the Stablo, that was done with central government money. That was done with Petrocaribe funds. People are enjoying that because of central government, not because of the mayor. He has done absolutely nothing. And then let's go to the streets that he paved. That project was in the pipeline from when Philip de la Fuente was the mayor of Orange Walk Town. He just piggyback on that. And then the central government monies are being used to pay back for these things. And I don't know if we're getting value for money, because the money that is being spent to pay these very short spans of street is ridiculous, very ridiculous. So I don't know if we're getting value for money, and the quality, not to bash the road builders, but they will provide the material that you pay for. So if you're getting $10, that's $10 worth of material you will get. And I think that is what they are putting there. But Chihuahua, the mayor is just with propaganda, because they control the media in Orange Walk. They will be singing their songs, but it is time that the people of Orange Walk know the truth. You know, he needs to come forth and be truthful and explain exactly how these things are happening. What we can see is that he was Mama's boy and living at his mother's and father's residence for all his life, and as he became mayor, he has a big building, a big house where he lives. That is what he needs to explain. He needs to explain why he's driving around nice vehicles now. He needs to explain why he sell the town council a piece of crap there, or a green vehicle. He needs to explain all of these things. Not going around claiming projects that he has never had anything to do with.
That's it, Carla?
That's it, gentlemen.
Your comments to that, Carla, Minister?
Well, he touched on other things, so I don't know. But you know what? I just want to go back to talking about why the people of Orange Walk should vote for a UDP 17. You know, let us look back what this year alone we have been able to achieve in Orange Walk in terms of what I could tell you I've had a hand in personally. One, we have been able to successfully ensure that the Orange Walk East Division. Yeah, well, we could.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, RC. Morning, Minister. Morning, Checky.
Morning.
Good morning.
I just called to talk about this line there we have. We said that, you know, they get no help from government. And all town council get a subvention. So he's lying. He gets help from government. The subvention, with that subvention, he's paying some of his bills. And while we talk about bills, I am hard to hear that he single-handedly committed 4 future town councils to the tune of millions of dollars. I mean, that's a serious move and very irresponsible. I mean, when you commit the future of the people and the future of 4 consecutive town councils for any big loan, that is serious and irresponsible. I think when you make them big move, then you're supposed to have some kind of consultancy with the people. You know, just commit me, you know, not to rally my own and say, I want to do this, I want to commit the people to millions of dollars where I have to pay in the future. That's irresponsible. We need some consultancy. I didn't hear any consultancy on this big move, and I think he's very irresponsible. Just like how we rely about the place that you know, they get no help and service from the government, the lack of consultancy to commit the people and future town councils who have nothing to do with this big money is irresponsible. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla.
Yeah.
No, that just, the caller hit the nail on the head, Jackie and Minister, in that, as the previous caller had mentioned in putting a burden on the people of Orange Walk, all the mayor and the PUP councillors in their meeting voted to burden the people of Orange Walk for the next 3 councillors that are to be elected. So all of them sat in there to say, well, you know what? We are going to burden the people of Orange Walk. Make we spend this money. They get $33,333.33 from central government as their monthly subvention. Half of that or a little bit more they use it to pay, and half is punished. Because with the other half, how will you invest that into capital projects to see things done? But as the minister rightly mentioned, they're doing projects that are incomplete, insufficient, no value for money, and all of the candidates that are running for the PUP burden the people of Orange Walk. For the people of Orange Walk to come out of this burden and to see a brighter future, Philip de la Fuente and the UDP team, who will be working, and I like the word of the minister, say, in tandem with the central government, will see the people of Orange Walk come out of this hole, build a new road, move forward, and see development in Orange Walk. But people, we need to get rid of those people that are burning all the people and putting people who will work with all the people, and that's Philip and the UDP team.
This person says, good morning, Mr. Usher, Minister Aragon, Mr. Campos. We are here, we are proud of our party and our government. Our representative, Mr. Aragon, also Mr. Gaspar Vega, and they want to invite everybody for the 15th of February for the inauguration of the San Luis RC School. There will be lots to eat and drink, and you say, que viva el UDP.
All right, good. That's very good. You see, Checky, there's a lot of things happening, and I could foresee Orange Walk really stepping up in infrastructural developments, really stepping up in good governance. But we need the UDP 7 team to be there. Like I was mentioning before the caller, look at the kind of things that we have lobbied for Orange Walk. I mean, one, we have the Louisiana Government School through SIF, to the Social Investment Fund and government, will be seeing $1.4 million this year going to Louisiana Government School for the expansion and new classrooms. That is so needed. That's a great boost for the people of Orange Walk East.
You have need for
of
more
course,
space,
we need Louisiana is the fastest growing school we have right now in Orange Walk. When you look at Technical High School, myself and Minister Faber, we visited there, we saw the conditions, and when the discussion came up in terms of the Social Investment Fund at Cabinet, that's the first thing we have to fight for, because we saw the need. And I will tell you, we were able to successfully lobby, and Technical will get close to $1.3 million to refurbish its buildings. I mean, you can't beat that. When you look at Carmelita, right now they'll get a brand spanking new high school, fully equipped.
High school?
High school.
For Carmelita?
That's right. The first high school ever in Orange Walk East. They will also be getting a new police station that will service our 5 remote villages of Orange Walk.
That's for Carmelita?
Carmelita,
so
likewise,
Carmelita
coming
don't have one police station right now?
No, doesn't have.
They will get one, brand new
one. Get one so that they could service all of those distant villages like Santa Marta, you know, and others in the immediate vicinity like Tower Hill and then Champan Ridge, you know. And Carmelita is a huge village. So, I mean, this is the kind of development we are seeing right now. But when you look at the town, I could only imagine what else we can do with the UDP 17, because like I've mentioned earlier, we have to be real as Orange Walkenians. We have to be real and tell ourselves, what do we want to see for the next 3 years? We want to continue the same way we are, because that is the reality if we vote for a PUP town council. That means that the same way are there. We're not a move forward in this town. And they have no way, no resources, they don't have the vision, they don't have the leadership, they don't have the creativity to impact the lives of our Orange Walk Kenyans right now. They don't have it because they tie up with money, they don't have nowhere else to go, and we have to be real. A town council can only do so much. They need the help of central government. And how will the central government help Orange Walk? Is if we have one UDP town council. Having a UDP town council, we are see the kind of development and support that comes from central government, which this town deserves. And in no way can they deny that to Orange Walk. Why? Because we have one UDP 7, and they know. And that UDP 7 team under the leadership of Philip and the thinkers they are, and the people who come from all walks of life, work, will demand from central government, and I will continue to fight that we bring more development to Orange Walk, and we can do it.
Let me just say this, Minister and Checky, and I want to use the mayor as the example that he's not doing his work. Who is the chairman of the board of Orange Walk Technical High School? Who is the chairman? I believe
he's the chairman right now.
Kevin Bernard, the mayor, is the chairman of the board for Orange Walk Technical High School. Imagine being chairman of a board, but it takes the Honorable Elodie Aragon Jr. and the Honorable Gaspar Vega, or representatives of Orange Walk, to lobby to the government to get $1.3 million to improve the high school at Orange Walk Technical High, and that is showing the people that it's the UDP team that is fighting for education for our young people and for development of Orange Walk. As a board member, as chairman of the board, he should have done say, you know what, we need to lobby for this. But because he no want to go talk to Mr. Barrow, he no get nothing. But if it were not because of the love of our representatives, the love for Orange Walk, we wouldn't have gotten this $1.3 million. And I think Orange Walk, you need to know that we must be proud of our UDP representatives here, who are not only representing their area, but they're representing Central, and they're representing the entire district of Orange Walk to ensure that the development that comes here. And the Orange Walk Technical High School is a very good example of where you have the mayor, town council, and the mayor, chairman, and board who do not ask for anything for the people, not even for the young people, because that's not their agenda. And in contrast, the UDP representatives ensuring that our children's future are secured by developing the institution and spending $1.3 million for Orange Walk Technical High School. I think the people of Orange Walk need to look at this and continue to vote for the new town council under Philip de la Fuente so that we get more development like this.
Is this true, Minister? I see that the Orange Walk Town Council is partnering with the police department to refurbish a police substation and donating 2 motorcycles to the police department in fighting crime.
The town council is assisting and working with the police right now. I mean, well, that's their job anyway. And the police department, like I've always said, you know, we are always open for work with the community, and they're refurbishing the police station at the cemetery. I think everybody know where that is. The motorcycles are being donated, I think, if I'm not mistaken, by RBs and other business people. And we always welcome that. I think when it comes to the community in terms of law enforcement, we have no objection to that. And whoever wants to assist in whatever way that is positive, we are open to that. And whenever that inauguration will be held, we'll be there to do that. And remember, the hard thing about this is we have to commit from the police department, men and women, to work in that area. And it is important because right now, crime is always an issue, and so we are always open, and we are getting to that, no? But I want to come back to a point right here that Ruben touched upon, and he mentioned the word agenda. And when you look at the agenda, we have to realize that the only agenda the PUP has in this town is to serve the Briseño. That is the reality. From time immemorial, the Briseño has been controlling Orange Walk. Their foundation has not been set on anything good. And all we know that. I don't need to tell people about that. They know that. And right now, their agenda, they can't do nothing. They can't be creative, because if they don't get the blessing from Briseño, then it don't happen in this town. This town is really controlled. And then you just sit back. I not take my word for it. Look upon it and see what all they control in this town. And you will realize the extent of the power of the Briseño family in this town. And that is what Orange Kenyans, that is what the UDP has been fighting for time immemorial. And you know, the biggest thing about this we have to realize in Orange Walk is that for over or close to 3 decades, we have Johnny Briceño, who has been in politics in this town, who has not done anything for his division. And he was part and parcel of the worst corrupt era of this country ever, you know, in the history of our country. And he has the audacity, this is why I watch and I can't believe, and he has the worst case of amnesia ever in terms of the kind of corruption he was part and parcel when he was in government. He was the deputy prime minister, you know, of this country when the PUP was in government, when all them corrupt deals, all the sellout of our national assets, all the secret agreement. And yet he says, well, you know what, I never have no part for with that. I never know when it happened. But yet in the secret accommodation agreement with BTL, SpeedNet is etched in there so that you have one. Now, today we have another telecommunication company competing against BTL. How and which SpeedNet today is smart? You are telling me he don't know about that? Something seriously wrong? And he was part and parcel of all of that.
Does Johnny Briceño has anything to do with the town council?
Of course he has. I mean, come on, that he run that. I mean, he just have then guys there, Kevin Bernard and them are just there sitting there in his place.
This one says, Minister, can you ask Mr. Agon if Mr. Gapi will come on the show to promote, and if Mr. Gapi is still with us?
Well, I speak to Gapi, and I in terms of how involvement he is in politics, I think the people will have to ask him that question, you know. Yep. Like I said, I speak to him on a personal, friendly basis and stuff like that. But those questions, I think, is best put to him for him to answer, you know, because I don't want prejudice nothing or say something out of line there. But my whole point right now, Checky, the important thing is for the people of Orange Walk to understand the critical situation we are in right now in this town. All the other districts countrywide are seeing the development, and it makes common sense. Why will I vote for a POP town council when we have one UDP central government? No, make no sense. We need to vote for the UDP 7 team right now, because within the next 3 years, we want to ensure that this town gets as much support, both in the resources, both in the infrastructure, everything that government has that should come to Orange Walk, we need to ensure that it comes for the people of Orange Walk town. And this is real. Why will we continue to put somebody there hoping that we can get one result? That don't work. We have to ensure we do what is right now, so that we get that support. And we will be frank and real. The PUP cannot take us further. They cannot. What they have done, that is all they could do right now as a town council. If we want to see further, we need to vote for the UDP 7 team to get our just desserts here in Orange Walk.
All right, sir.
I am confident the people, if you not think critically, if you not think openly and not biased, you will see that this is the only way forward. Of course, the PUP will come and sell on our dreams and lies, and CTV3 will turn things around and misinformation, etc., because that is what they do. Remember, this is not only about the town board and Kevin Bernard and Philip de la Fuente. This is about what is happening in our town and who controls our town. And so there are bigger things at stake here. The leader of the opposition right now, he fight hard. He cling on to the lead power that he has, and this is all about power. And when you look at him clinging on to Orange Walk, he has to. Why? Because across this country, it's going to go red. Across this country, people understand that a UDP central government and a UDP town council equals development and progress for their towns, right? We have to get that here in Orange Walk, and we have to understand that.
But like, when we talk about the development, we need to go up and break, but we talk about the development from Corozal all the way up down to PG, and not in Orange Walk. It is the policy of the government to help the towns that has councils that's in their party. It's not like punishing Orange Walk because you know have one, because people look at it and you know they say the UDP are saying that you know if the UDP not come to Orange Walk, if you not come in Orange Walk not help. It's not a matter of punishing Orange Walk, right?
They're not that. Of course, it's not that. You have to understand we have a mayor. And we have to be real. This mayor, not open for help with nobody. He could care less in terms of, sometimes I feel that their agenda is to let Orange Walk look bad so that they could say, you see, how they know they don't know good work, that the government is not doing what it should be doing, etc. Right? We want to prosper in Orange Walk. I want to see Orange Walk prosper, because at the end of the day, my children that are growing up in this town of ours, I want them to live in a better town, right? And we need to prosper in Orange Walk, and that's not what we punish Orange Walk. I don't think that is there. But if you have a mayor who have said it repeatedly to the Prime Minister, that he don't need him, and he don't want him, and he don't need nothing from central government, how you want to get cooperation? It's hard. Because you're not open, and you are closed, and you don't want nothing to do with central government.
But you see,
and then you got other municipalities who are open and telling the government, come in, let's go, let's work together. What do you think you are doing?
The minister mentioned it, that the PUP would wish that Orange Walk stay backward and so forth because of the political gain. To see you're abandoned. Exactly. But when you hear the $1.3 million being invested in Orange Walk Technical High School, in our markets, in our roads, and continue to do things for education, is because there is a government that cares for the people and will do that part that corresponds to central government. They're not abandoning because you vote the other side here, but those things that are pertaining to the municipality, where the leadership role for requesting and asking for these things come under the purview of the municipality, like Kevin Bordad and the council, they're not going out of their way to go and ask for help. It is them. And then if you look at, as the minister mentioned, at the record of Johnny 25 years in representative deputy prime minister, you ask anybody in Orange Walk Central what he has done. You live there, check it. He has done anything for Orange Walk Central in 25 years. And he has been deputy prime minister and acting prime minister.
Let's call RC. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. So how these projects come about? Minister, you talk about which we welcome the new police station for Carmelita, the new school classroom there for Louisiana School and Orange Walk Technical High School, which all of them are government institutions. Yeah. How their projects come to say, all right, I want to do this to technical?
All right, there's a lot of things how it comes about, right? You have to understand that government, the government that we have, looks for the entire development of this country. And choose safe projects. They look at what are the priorities, what are the needs in our communities, and they decide, you know what, for education, they will spend so much, for health, for rural water systems, or so much. And what they do, then they identify the areas within our communities that need that. And of course, a lot of it comes with lobbying. You have to lobby for it. And that is the way we get some of these projects. And yeah, well, go ahead.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
Mr. Ruben, happy birthday, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. The man here you already.
Okay, then. Thank you. Happy birthday. I wish to see you many more in life.
Thank you.
Good luck and help you.
Amen.
All right. On that note, Minister, and RC1, we will take a break. Yeah. And then after these messages, we'll be right back, continue discussing. Folks, we're discussing with the area representative for Orange Walk East, Minister Elodio Aragon, myself and RC1, and we're celebrating RC1 birthday with blessings right here this morning. So we take a break and we will be right back.
Hey, Jenna, remind me to buy credit when we leave here.
Again? Jeez.
I need to buy data.
You really should just sign up for the data basic plans from Digicel. It's perfect for data lovers like you.
What's that? Because I don't want to change my number.
Keep your number. All you're doing is just paying once a month for data allowance. That way you get way more data than buying day to day, and you pay less than what you're always spending on clothes. Just select a plan that suits your budget. They're as low as $24.99.
Are you serious?
Yes, there are even larger plans that families can share the data.
I like the sound of that. You can look now.
Digicel prepaid customers, come into any Digicel office and ask about a data basic plan that is right for you. The bigger, better network. Digicel.
Every day when my daddy gets up to go to work,
He says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand the pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. See, Daddy, life is better with water than life.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can whip it cream, for Dano milk it is real, yes, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in PG, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can hear this stuff, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with the cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
I am Jose Antonio Cocom, son of Jose Cocom and Maria Michelle Trejo. The eldest of 3 brothers, my childhood was greatly influenced by my grandparents, Mr. Cecilio Trejo, better known by his brothers at BSI as Pulga, and Miss Maria Trejo. I can clearly recall standing in my front yard, waiting for that big green BSI bus to pull up at my childhood home on number 5 Punta Gorda Street, in the heart of Uniontown. Taking the rounds with my grandfather was indeed one of the highlights of my childhood. The time spent with him instilled in me the satisfaction and reward of hard work, as he was well known to be a man of the soil and ensured I understood that if you don't plant, you can't harvest. Indeed, a lesson in life. I currently hold an associate's degree in biology and chemistry, which enabled me to become a proud 3rd-generation employee as a process technician at ASR BSI, where I have been employed for the past 6 years. The driving force behind my decision to become a town councillor has been influenced by an essential need that I have realized has been lacking in our community. There is a high demand for capacity building and skills development training amongst our youths wishing to enter the workforce. Ever in a productive mindset, I'm constantly monitoring the essential industries that have yet to be fully developed and utilized here in our municipality. The need for coordination and development of the Orange Walk Town tourism product for both local and international tourists is long overdue. I intend to apply my skills and experience in quality systems management to assist the industry to become as competitive as any other location in our country. With the strength, skills, and unity this team has under the guidance of a proven, dedicated, and hard-working leader, we will transform Orange Walk Town into the modern municipality of the future, one citizen at a time. On March 7th, go out to the polls and place your X on the red. Vote UDP 7.
We voted for Philip, we voted for Jesha, we voted for Jose, we voted for Derek, we voted for Armando, we voted for Yara, we voted for Evan. Vote UDP 7. Orange Walk, change for
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, RC1. Morris, you tell me we sing about some sapo birthday. What do you call Morris and his sapo birthday?
Who said that?
Morris.
Oh, that's my. Oh, no, I cannot say that to my buddy.
Yeah, happy birthday again, RC1. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, thank you.
Minister, well, we are back on our last leg of the show this morning. It's 27 minutes now after 8 o'clock, and we have a little bit over a month when citizens from all over the country will be going to the polls for this municipal election. We know we have things coming up. We're not here yet about the manifesto for the UDP, and we're not here not yet about nomination day. How are these factors coming on?
Good. Yes, definitely. Well, the planning and the coordination has already begun in terms of the launching of the manifesto.
Okay.
I think we'll have Philip de la Fuente and his team do that launch. I think we are planning to do the launch right here on Channel 10.
Live.
Live. I think it'll be this week here. And then, of course, we are already planning for the nomination day. And definitely we'll have some ads out inviting people to come out and be a part of that important day for our UDP 7 team and for us to go to the Sandy Hunter Library to
sign up
for them to be nominated officially to run for the UDP 7 team. No?
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Jackie. Morning, Ruben. Morning, Minister.
Morning, sir. Welcome.
Okay, I just called to make a comment about when the PUP councillors were campaigning that are elected today. I recall clearly that their campaign was for their undying commitment to work for the people of Orange Walk. I know for a fact that that is not so. For example, Jose Carballo, he works for the Briceño clan in Belize City, has a 9-to-5 job, comes in the night, no time to serve the people of Orange Walk, and he's a councillor collecting a check. So that campaign was lip service. He has no time to serve the people, and they come again to your house with the same promise to commit themselves to work tirelessly for the people of Orange Walk. That's one. Two, the mayor has often said that he does not get assistance from the government of Belize. That is a lie. Why does he not tell the people of Orange Walk that he never asks? Because he's instructed by his masters, the Briceños, not to ask. So there are many other projects where the government of Belize assists. For example, the minister mentioned the SIF project, the Central Park, the road around the park, Central Park. They are beautifully done. Who did that? The government of Belize through collaboration with SIF and through the effort of central government, the UDP government. So to say that he does not get help from government is a lie. He never asks. And two, that lip service that the PUP councillors are coming to give you when they are campaigning that they will work tirelessly for you is also a lie. Because there are examples where many of them work for the Briceño clan, and especially this one I mentioned, he works in Belize City, collects a check, and no time to serve the people of Orange Walk. That is a lie, and that's what they do. They lie. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Carla. And you couldn't have said it any better, because I'll tell you the reality is just that. I mean, we have right now, in our municipality, it's only being run by one person and one person alone, and that is the mayor, Kevin Bernard. He runs this town, and that's it. Because there is no other involvement in terms of the other councillors. They only show up when it's time for election, or when you see them come wrong again. And like the Carla mentioned, all of them, they work out, and they are working for Johnny Briceño. Most of them, except for two, like I said, Mr. Salva and the next person, Hashish, where they run right now. Apart from that, all of them works for the Briceño them. And so the reality is that we only have one person running this town. One person making important decisions like tying up the next four municipalities to come, and that is for the next 12 to 15 years with a loan. I mean, what we are saying is that we have to look at a leadership that is creative, a leadership that has a vision, a leadership that will bring about the collaboration with central government to work together to bring the progress that we need. And that can only be, can only be with a UDP 7 team in Orange Walk Town.
All right, RC1, I know you had something to comment.
Well, yeah, solo quería decirle a la gente lo que estamos platicando es simplemente de que tenemos un alcalde de que él solito está manejando el asunto de Orange Walk, y cuando han estado en su campaña que vamos a trabajar para el pueblo y todo, pero lo que ha sucedido de que los miembros del concilio presente no trabajan acá en Orange Walk, trabajan afuera de Orange Walk, vienen de noche y tienen un cheque donde trabajan, un cheque acá donde consiguen como miembros, y no hacen el trabajo que deben de hacer para Orange Walk, porque lo que sucede es que cuando ellos hacen campaña y ganan, le dicen a la gente que ellos están participando para su partido. La diferencia es de que cuando el UDP está participando en las elecciones con Philip de la Fuente y el equipo del UDP, el tema es trabajar para toda la gente de Orange Walk. Hay una claridad muy diferente acá que podemos analizar. Un grupo que está trabajando por su partido, que son un poquito, y otro grupo que está trabajando para toda la gente de desarrollo de Orange Walk. Y estos son los asuntos que debemos de analizar, cómo podemos mejorar el crecimiento y desarrollo de Orange Walk. Y la única manera para hacerlo es para ser vigente de lo que está sucediendo. Ustedes han visto 25 años del representante de Orange Walk Central que no ha dejado nada. La asistencia del gobierno que viene ahorita, que está otorgando 1.3 millones de dólares para la escuela Orange Walk Technical High School. Eso viene porque el gobierno UDP tiene esta creencia de que solo podemos salir de la pobreza y mover adelante con una buena educación. Y eso lo hace por la iniciativa del gobierno central. Ahora, si tuviéramos una municipalidad UDP que tiene ese orgullo y amor al pueblo y a toda la gente, no partido, a la gente, va a trabajar con el representante y nuestros representantes y ministros para ir a abogar en Belmopan para traer más desarrollo acá en Orange Walk. Queremos empleo acá, queremos mejoramiento acá, y eso solo va a venir cuando tengamos un concilio, una municipalidad UDP que vaya a luchar para toda la gente, no para un partido, sino para toda la gente. Así el mensaje es, si el pueblo de Orange Walk quiere ganar, ustedes, tú, yo y nosotros queremos ser ganadores en esta elección, vamos a ganar votando para el equipo de Philip de la Fuente y el UDP. Es tiempo que la gente gane.
Question here, Mr. Minister. He said, good morning, Mr. Aragon. When the next intake for police will take back the same group that was already selected?
Okay, well, a lot of people had applied last year for the police intake. Regrettably, we didn't have a police intake. This year, we are hoping to have that as the start of the new financial year. And definitely, I'm sure that the police academy, who basically spearheads the recruitment, all those people who had applied and had started the process, I am sure they will be called back. And of course, those spaces that are available will then be new people will be recruited to fill those spaces, no?
For personnel that would like to join the police force, the police department, what's the requirements?
The requirement is basic. It's just one, you have to be over the age of 18, and two, you have to have at the minimum a high school diploma, and there's no exception to that rule right now.
Born Belizean?
They're born Belizean, of course, and just be in that physical capacity and have at least a height of 5.4 and above.
Okay, where they could get the application form?
They could get that at the police station or whenever the announcements for the examinations, etc. People just need to show up now.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, Minister, when we talk about nomination day, RC1, nomination day, that when the people get hype up and ready to go into election, right?
Right. That's going to be on the 21st of February.
21st?
21st of February, yes.
Okay.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission has set aside February 22nd. And the process is that those who are willing to participate as candidates, first you need to go to the Treasury Department to make your deposit of $25. Okay. $25 for town councils. And thereafter, you fill out your receipt, and there's a nomination form. A nomination form that you fill out with all your particulars, and then you also put there on your nomination, like if you want to put Ruben Campos, I want to put RC1 or Negrito, I include that in there.
Okay.
And then it also, the nomination form is also accompanied by 2 sponsors who are Belizeans, who are eligible voters, who are on the voters list, and must take their ID so that tus padrinos, your political godparents, go with you, and then you go to the nomination site, which I believe will be, I think, Sandy Hunter, if not the Treasury.
Yeah.
And then when you have registered and given your receipt, and your nomination form has been accepted and everybody signed in, then you become an official candidate now. Right now, everyone is a prospective candidate.
Yeah.
When you are nominated, you become officially, and then thereafter, the real issue of who is running for the positions there is there to validate that. But as part of tradition, you know, the political parties have their reunion to do things and such, and the UDP will go to the nomination station in the afternoon of February the 21st, and we will be announcing very shortly the time and venue where we shall meet.
Well, I assume that there's going to be a massive motorcade or parade from the East Office, no?
Well,
my assumptions.
Well, you see, it's in the planning stage, you know, both sides. But as UDP, we take pride in our community, and we want to invite the people of Orange Rock to come out on September 21st, and we'll be meeting and leaving at the time that will be indicated. Maybe before the end of this week, probably we'll get that date, and then we can inform the people right here officially. So we just want to take the opportunity, since you brought it up, to invite people to look forward for the 21st of February.
Okay. That's right. Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. I've been hearing all the conversations going on and taking place. Everything sounds good. Everything's right. When I listen to CTV3, they criticize the UDP criticizes the PUP. I would like to know, because I was watching the media, how in San Ignacio and Santa Elena, both parties came together. They signed an agreement to take place a peaceful election. Will that happen here in Orange Rock? We would like that to happen, because every time there's an election, there is fight, there is this, and we would like a peaceful election. Whosoever wins, we hope they work in our town. That's our goal. That's what we, the citizens of Orange Rock town, would like to see. A peaceful election, and whoever wins, well, let's take it to that level and let the work go ahead in Orange Rock town. I would like to see that agreement be signed between both parties. Thank you very much.
Carla, can I ask you a question, sir?
Yes, sir.
I just want to ask you that, you know, and the UDP, we're a party of peace, and while you're on the line, no, I really hope that the other side is hearing what you're saying too, because as a party of peace, you know, we are willing to work along with anything that is peaceful for our community, and I will take this opportunity to ask you for your vote for Philip and the UDP 7 Team Negro. Okay, I want to ask you for the support.
Okay, Mr. Campos.
Join the UDP team for peace.
Because you see, because if the leaders are taking it peacefully, the followers will also be peaceful. But if the leaders are beginning a fuss and a fight and a contradiction against each other, against the followers will do the same, right? And I believe that, Minister, on that day, I believe that, or the day before, no liquor should be sold, because that's a tradition. One day before election, liquor is being sold like crazy. And I think all establishments should be banned of selling liquor 1 or 2 days before, because they stock their liquor on election day. You see liquor all about, you see beer, rounds, and right there, everything gets loose. So it would be nice to have a peaceful election in Orange Rock town.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Well, Carla, thanks for those comments. And I think we hear you loud and clear. I could assure you from the part of the United Democratic Party here in Orange Rock that we are peaceful. You know, I've always believed we go like Ruben used to say, we go agree for disagree. You know, and that should not lead us to any kind of violence. And I always believe that the power not lie with Mr. Ragon or with Kevin or whoever is out there running. It lies with the people. and the people will have their say. That is why we have fair and free elections where people will go out and cast their votes. I think in San Ignacio, one of the reasons the political parties were brought together, and I think they were brought together mostly by the police department, because you know, the Cayo then plays very hot in terms, and they take the politics really serious. And I think the police department just wanted to ensure that, listen, let us ensure and reinforce that this election should be without any violence. And I will tell you, in Orange Walk right here, although you say we have discourses in terms of discussions and where we have different points of view, etc., that in no way does that even bring about any sense of violence, and that because I think Orange Walk, we understand the political nature of elections. And I could tell you, if the police department in Orange Walk wants the UDP and the PUP to come together and in some kind of understanding, I mean, I think we're open to that. But one thing I could tell you, the UDP 7 team here, along with myself and the UDP, we are here in Orange Walk and we understand the democratic process and we support that, and in no way do we ever tolerate or support or sponsor any kind of violence, because that is not what makes us, you know. So you could rest assured, and the public could rest assured in regards to that, no?
Minister, we will give you the opportunity also to, we'll ask our technician to put some of the pictures of the candidates on the screen so you can explain a little bit about how much you know about the candidates and asking for their support. So help us with that, technician, to please put some of the pictures of the candidates on the screen, so people that are watching, because people watch every day, but then maybe somebody watch today will never watch it. Look at what we have there on the screen, Minister.
Well, maybe we have Ajesha Canton. She's one of our youngest candidates, and I tell you, very young and dynamic young female that we have. And I will tell you that this is a representation of all our young people out there. This is to assure our young people that they will not be left behind, because we have our young youth who think just like them and has the same aspirations, and she will represent them well for this UDP 7 team. And I think that Ajesha, you know, she has the courage to step up as a young person and put her name on a ballot, and I think all the young people out there should give her their support, and together will ensure that they be fully included in everything that happens at the municipal level and at the national level likewise, no?
That's Ajesha Canton.
Ajesha Canton,
Let's get the next person.
This is Jose Cocom. I mean, Jose Cocom, he's a worker at BSI. I think he used to DJ sometimes, and a very young, dynamic person. I think if you listen to him here on the Channel 10, you could feel that vibration in him, that you know, that energy that he comes with. And again, you know, I remember when he came up and said, Mr. Aragon, you know what, I am interested to run for the United Democratic Party, etc., you know. And I felt that dynamic kind of sensation he has about wanting to do something positive for Orange Walk. And I think he's a very good candidate, and these are the kind of people we want who have their own ideas and wants to see something great for Orange Walk, you know.
Yeah, and that's Jose Cocom.
Jose Cocom, right.
Okay, we go to the next slide now.
Apart from Jose Cocom, well, of course, you have Philip de la Fuente here. He's running for mayor. I don't need to say much about Philip. Everybody out there, I tell you, I walk the streets, everybody know who Philip de la Fuente is. And I will tell you this, Philip de la Fuente has his convictions, and that is what makes somebody great, you know, when you have people who believes in certain things, etc. And that is the man, and he's a hard-working person. And apart from that, he's one of the individuals who everybody could talk to, everybody could relate to, and he listens to people, and he does his best to see what he can do to assist people. So, you know, Philip will be a great leader and will be a fighter for the people of Orange Walk.
All right, let's continue the next slide for us, technician.
You have Derek Sambola. I don't know if anybody in this town don't know Derek Sambola.
Everybody knows Sam.
Everybody knows Sam out there, you know, and he's a grassroots person. I think anybody, he could talk to anybody, and he represents the people in our community and will ensure that no one is left behind. And I tell you that Sam, he works out at the sports council area in terms of the stadium, and he's an all-arounder, and he's somebody that anybody could talk to, and that's what makes it great for Sam,
All right, that's Mr. Derek Sambala for Councillor.
Then you have Yara Vieda Kal. I think everybody, she's a teacher from Technical. I think a lot of people who have their kids going to Technical would know her. And everybody know her because she's the daughter from Maito, Panades place. And so, she's I will tell you, since I've gotten to know Miss Yara, I will tell you she's a very friendly person, very intelligent woman, strong woman. She's a single mother, by the way. And, she's able to manage her own. And I think she represents a lot of the strength of our women in our community. And, and she's firm. She's determined in terms of what she believes in, and she's not afraid to voice her opinion, and that is what is important in our community. What we need in leadership is that you are not afraid to put out your points out there, and I think that she's an excellent candidate, and I look and I'm pleased to know that she put her name up for the United Democratic Party, and she will represent us in the municipality to come.
All right, so we have the next slide coming up.
We have Armando Osha, better known as Chile. Everybody know the man as Pepper out there. He comes from...
He the sweet pepper, though.
Yeah, he knows the sweet pepper. He works at BSI. He's one of the protectors at BSI. And, I know Monday a long time, and I tell you, apart from a friend of mine, I will tell you that he has a great personality. I mean, he has that confidence. He's not afraid to voice his opinion again. He has his own convictions and beliefs, and I think that at the end of the day, he's the kind of person that looks out for other people and always looks at what is fair, always looks at what will benefit everybody. And he's a great personality. I mean, he's a friend. Everybody could talk to Monday, and Monday will listen, and he has his own opinions. And I think he brings about a good strength to the United Democratic Party, and also I think he will be a great impact in terms of ideas, etc., to move our municipality forward. So, I think he's a very strong candidate, and I know all the guys and people who work at BSI know him well and know what he stands for, So that's...
Armando
Osha Chile, that's right.
Chile Dulce, the man said.
Yeah, we have Evan Williams, a very dynamic young person. I tell you, when you meet Evan, you realize that this guy has great potential, I mean, it's a natural, calm-going person. He's ready to express himself. He's into IT. I think he manages a business down here in Orange Walk, and he's friendly going. And a lot of people know him, and I think that he has a lot to offer in terms of our municipality. And I look forward to him being a serious contender in the coming years here in Orange Walk. But I do see him as a young, dynamic person that represents the kind of youthfulness that we also have, and the business kind of people in our community,
So you can say, on behalf of yourself as a minister and the United Democratic Party, that you fully endorse the slate?
100%, man. This is the kind of leadership we want to see. Listen, we want people who are their own thinkers, people who can think for themselves. Nobody have to tell you how to think or what to say. You think for yourself, you express yourself clearly, you give your opinion, and that is what makes a good team that could come together, have discussion, disagreements, etc. But at the end of the day, everybody is heard, and at the end of the day, the people make the right decision. And that is what we need in this town. We don't need one-man operation that we presently have. We want a team like this that represents all facets of work in our community, from teacher, go down to the management of our business, to our young person, to the people who work in BSI, and the grassroots people, like what Derek Sambala represent. We need people, a team like that, because it is only through team effort that we can move things forward in our community. Because when you look at the community, we're not just a run for one person, it is a team, because you require a team effort to look at all the areas in our municipality, whether it be sports, whether it be youths, whether it be the infrastructural development, whether it be the projects or the consultations. There's a part for everybody to play.
Minister, somebody is saying here, can the government or the minister can do anything to the television channels that are being blacked out.
Well, I
don't think you got no control over that.
We don't have we don't have no direct control, you know, and that is you know, those are vivid examples, and I think everybody have experienced it here in Orange Walk. I remember when Wave was licking shot hard in terms of the Ashcraft and the UHS issue and all of these things, you know. Wave radio, you only could see them, boy, you can't hear them.
They're mute.
And they're mute. And one of the things is you just have to ask the question, who controls the media in Orange Walk? Then lower these things. This is the kind of control and power that I am talking about in terms of who controls the media in Orange Walk, who controls all these big businesses, and then who controls the municipality. These are the things we have to ask ourselves, you know. And these are vivid things. We have in this country, we have what they call the PUC, the Public Utilities Commissions, and their job is to regulate the industry, but the reality, it's difficult. You only lower it, and when they go check, you say, oh, we had technical difficulties, and then when you undo, it's back working. So this is the kind of things that we as Belizeans have to realize and understand the kind of power and influence the Bresenio has in this community. They control CTV3 Lies, they control Fiesta FM, which is the radio, they control cable, and the only competitor they have, they buy out and close on the same day for control. You know, they control the telephone in terms of smart, everything. I mean, and you name it, then they in a big H juice now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they control everything in this town. And they also control the town board. And then control the people, because all of them people work for him nearly. So this is what you have to understand where we are. We have to be, as Orange Kenyans, look at the bigger picture. We have to look beyond what we can see and understand all that is happening. And these are the kind of things that we are fighting against. It's not an easy battle because, you know, yeah, tough business, but the power does not lie on certain people. The power lies with the masses of our Orange Kenyans. And that is why on election day, you have given that opportunity. And that is why I always tell people, this March 7th is an opportunity for Orange Walk to make a difference, for betterment. You know, it's a change for progress. And how will we get there? By you coming and put that vote to ensure that we have the kind of people elected that will bring the kind of prosperity we want to see in Orange Walk.
Hello, good morning, Carla. Please lower your television or your radio for us, please, and then we'll get you on the air.
Hello, good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, good. How you do this morning? All right?
I'm good, Jackie.
All right, good to hear from you. Tell us.
I just called for wish you a friend. But happy birthday today.
Miss Sandra,
Mr. Campos.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. I can see you on the veranda right now.
Your boss my birthday.
I wish you many more. Just bring them a piece of cake to them, I know.
Thank you.
Okay. You all have a nice day. Good morning, Minister.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
So you all have a nice day today, okay?
Okay, sure.
I love you all.
All right, thank you.
UDP all the way.
It's the only way.
RC, you get boss this morning, sweetheart.
Why? I tell you, man.
How you handle that to your birthday?
But easy. You know, you see people like Miss Sandra Bermudez, we grew on the same street with the Sambolas.
The people
you
not
know,
change.
the family of Miss Bermudez and all of them have always been stalwarts of love for Orange Walk and a traditional family being the UDPs, you know, and
yes.
And I think she has been a supporter for this party for over 30 years.
Well, you never told her you're a sweetheart, man.
Well, when they love you, man.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Morning to Mr. Campos, to Mr. Minister.
Good morning.
We're here at Sunflower Village, ready for support the UDP 7 Minister.
All right, thanks, my
We're
brother.
ready for that, so we just need to contact us and we're there for you guys.
Okay, thank you. Yes, man, thanks very much.
All the way from
Thanks.
San Pablo, Minister.
That's right.
Yeah, so
good.
well, you hear how vibrant that lady's song when it say UDP all the way. Then people never stop support the party, you know, Minister.
Yeah.
Then people stay strong with the party all the time, high or low.
Remember when we had the Youth for Unity, when we had it, Mr. Lot and all of us, we started?
Yeah, the late brother Chin, we used to print up the T-shirts there, you know.
Peace and so on, Brother Rudy.
Yeah.
You know, and lots of them that we have there. So, you see, the UDP comes from a family tradition for the love of Orange Walk. You know, and when you love your town and your community, you can walk the streets and hail anybody. Like you say, we agree to disagree and disagree to agree. But the opinion, it should not be only of the party, it should be of the individuals and what are you there for? What are you there for? You know, and the UDP candidates have always, if you look at the history of the UDP mayors, all the way, that is when you can really target and pinpoint the development in Orange Walk. The roads, you know, with the late Fred Martinez, when Orange Walk had never been lit up where people complain it's dark. He put out so many hundreds of lights, you know, and then you can talk when Minister Aragon was the mayor, when you could see the building of a relationship about the people in Orange Walk, getting people to come together. When you had Rave as mayor, you could see the lights, the new streets and everything, and they're still there. They have not added to what the UDP had put, you know. They have taken away because they didn't service the lights properly. You know, even with the late Nacho Vega, may he rest in peace, when he was the mayor, you remember when they were working at the park, when you had to take stone and a hammer and broke stone to put the Lee Foundation there at the park. So the UDP legacy for working for Orange Walk Town is established, is there, and the UDP team under Philip De La Fuente, a working team, is offering themselves to continue to build for Orange Walk. All we're doing is asking for the vote for them so that all of us can work together to improve lives for the people of Orange Walk.
Let's take this last call of the morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Morning.
Este es Wilfrido.
Good morning,
Good morning, we.
Ajá. I just want to comment, no?
Yes.
Go ahead, go ahead.
The only major accomplishment that Kevin got to credit is the unveiling of the name of the park. Because in October 1985, Queen Elizabeth visited Orange Walk when Fred was the mayor. And he named the park Queen Elizabeth Park. Although Kevin called it Central Park. It would have been more appropriate if he would have named it Mother's Park, because that is where I have the Mother's Day function every year, and you have the Mother's statue in the park. He was ingratiated himself with the women of Orange Walk. See? I mean, you could just see that they are not creative in thinking, right? And I suggested to Minister Aragon that the continuing slogan should read, 6 years of law representation is more than enough. Change for progress, vote UDP 7. Just a little contribution, no?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Chairman.
I will give you a status report on Kevin's political health later in the week.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you very
sure,
much,
man.
sir.
Thanks.
That was Wilfrido Novello.
Yeah.
Yeah, strong supporter as well. Well, Minister, anything else you need to add this morning?
Well, you know, I know we are coming to the close, no? But, well, there's a lot of things. I think that I try to come here every Monday because there's a lot of issues we have to discuss, you know, and there's a lot of things that I believe that this town needs. There's a lot of things we have to begin to push for it to happen, because if we not do it, it will never happen. Nobody can do it for Orange Walk, you know. We have to do it for ourselves, and I think that the greatest strength we have is in our people, and therefore we need to ensure that we pick the right leaders, the people who can make it happen. And I will tell you, and I always say it, like this morning, I'm out on it, is that if we want to see that kind of development, we have to give the UDP 7 one chance. Right now, for the last 6 years, we've had a UDP central government, and then yet in Orange Walk, we put one POP, Town Council. And they cannot do more. We have to be real. They can't do more than what they have done. And so we can't go farther. This town can't move farther unless we have a UDP 7 team that will be able to draw on the resources of central government. And how you draw the resources? By having that UDP 7 team behind government, working in tandem with that central government to bring the additional resources we need for this town. We have to be real. Look at Cayo, look at San Pedro. Those are vivid examples, tangible examples, where you see central government comes in Belize City and make the kind of investment. And I say, listen, Orange Walk is the second largest municipality in terms of and size of district in this country. And we need to forget what we deserve here. But we have to be real. When you have a mayor, which is the PUP Town Council, and he makes it abundantly clear he's not interested in anything from the UDP. He wants to do nothing with the Prime Minister. He doesn't want to do anything with central government. Then what you expect? Again, nothing. And that is a trend that will continue. Why? There are other agendas behind this. You have to understand that the leader of the opposition resides in Orange Walk, and he is vying to become the next Prime Minister. And therefore, what is better for them? To show, to have an example where the government is not doing nothing. So they're glad for know that no development can take place at this time. Why? For sure, you see, central government, no, they do nothing. But central government is doing across this country, from north to south. You see the kind of infrastructure projects that is still continuing as we speak across this country. But it is skip Orange Walk. Why? Because we have people who have their own personal agendas and control. When you look at the media, we just have to take up the simple thing of the media. What they control? Fiesta. They control cable. Everything you hear and listen in this town is PUP. They control telecommunications to a large extent in terms of smart. They control all the facets in terms of municipality. That means all the people who are there for one way or the other works for who? For the family of Briceño. To what? To what end? You have to ask yourself that. To what end? Has Johnny been a perfect example of a representative in his division? Has his division, over the last 3 decades that he has been representative, exploded in infrastructure? No, has remained the same. Ask yourself, what agenda is it that they are looking for? The Orange Walk, in Orange Walk right now, the UDP is the underdog. We have to be real. We are the underdog here because we have to fight against all of these things. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I tell the people, you have to think personally. Think and look at things objectively. Look at who are the candidates. Look at where we want to go and ask yourself, do you think the present Town Council PUP can take us to the next level? I tell you, me personally, I've thought about it many, many times, and they cannot. That is the reality. They cannot take us to the next level. And if we continue with them, it'll be 9 years at the end of the day that we have a PUP Town Council, and this town would have gone nowhere within those last 9 years. Do we want that? And I will tell you, we have to think likewise. For the next 12 to 15 years, this present Town Council is tied up financially because of the investment that Kevin Bernard solely has made in regards to the subsidy that government gives to him every month. Out of the 33,000 and odd dollars he gets monthly, more than half of that has to go to service the credit that he has gotten to do a couple streets. So where will they get that money? We have to think about it. If they want to do any kind of semblance of work, they need money for that. And where do I get that money from? It has to come through some form of taxation. Increases in taxes, that is why you see a lot of increases in trade license and all these things are taking place right now. That is why you see the moms and dad lease shop, then they get charged $125 a month for garbage, which is, if you ask anybody there, that is all the lead profit where they go there. When you look at other taxations that will come about, at the end of the day, whether it be business tax or whatever they do, it will trickle down to the Orange Walkenians right here, because the businessman will just pass that on to somebody. And when you see them making deals with companies and telling them, you know what, if you pay in advance, some of them way up to 2 years, if you pay in advance, we will forgive you 20-25% in taxes. What are they doing? Are they so strapped for cash that they are making all these deals all over the place? What will happen when 2 years come and they can't collect no taxes from these big businesses? So for the next 3 years under our PUP administration in Orange Walk, there's nothing new to come, and that is a fact. If we want to see the kind of development we in Orange Walk, us as Orange Kenyans have to make that decision to say, you know what, let us put a UDP town council under the leadership of Philip De La Fuente, who is an experienced, a proven leader, a man who has shown his convictions and what he believes and stands by it. You can't wrong one man for that. And a person that has a sincere desire to move this town forward, along with 6 other dynamic, self-thinking people who come from all facets of work that represents and truly represents this town. You can't beat that. And none of all of these people are talented young people who stand on their own 2 feet and represent this town well. We give that opportunity to them. I will tell you this. Them along with myself here in Orange Walk East, along with them central government working in tandem, we will see and bring the kind of additional resources that this town needs, because it's not only about chop yard and clean only drain and do only work. It is about looking at the bigger projects that we can bring to this town. That is what is important right now. We want to move forward. And I tell people, not take my word for things. Think it out for yourself. Look at it for what it is, and then you will realize that the way forward right now is with a UDP 7 team. The PUP has done what it could, can't do more. Time for a UDP 7 team to come in, and a good leadership, and a good people. And that is the foundation of great things to come. And I ask everybody, think for yourself. Be objective on these matters. And I also ask Checky and Ruben, and I ask my Orange Kenyans, we as UDP, our UDPs that are out there, stay firm and strong with the UDP. Because no matter what is the kind of propaganda that the PUP put out through Fiesta and through CTV Lies, etc., you must understand that at the end of the day, your great United Democratic Party has been serving this country well, is continuing to serve this country well across this country, is doing what is right by the people. And I'm not here to say that we don't have 1 or 2 issues in our UDP, or we don't have 1 or 2 persons where maybe not they do what it should be doing. But at the end of the day, we have a UDP government, a UDP team that is here for the people on a whole. And when you compare that to the PUP, in terms of Johnny Briceño, Musas, Marines, Fonsecas, you can't compare the UDP to them. And they wanting to come back in power, we can't allow that. And the first step to begin to send that message is by voting for the UDP 7. By us as UDPs being strong and being committed and being re-energized and motivated for the UDP, because don't make nobody fool you. Our UDP is the party that is bringing the kind of progress like we have never seen before throughout this country. And you just drive, take your vehicle, and you're going to trip the car or wherever you go, and you see the progress. And that progress cannot lie you. And what we have been doing throughout all the time, when you say we've been fighting for BTL, fighting against Ashcraft, fighting against the PUP, it is being done because we believe that what is fair and what is just for the Belizean people, we have to stand up for. It's not because we want to. We have to correct the wrong deeds and the corrupt deeds of the PUP. And that is what you voted for us to do, and that is what the UDP is doing. And if we are move forward for this municipality, let us as Orange Kenyans do the right decision and vote for a UDP 7 team that will do just that. Let us join the rest of this nation in moving our municipality forward. And that, ladies and gentlemen, can only be with a UDP 7 team. If not, we carry on as we are, and we could stay here the next 3 years and talk about where we never get.
Well, thank you very much, Minister. We're out of time. I'll see your closing comments, remarks.
Just want to thank you, Checky. Thank you, Minister, for being with us this morning. We are in the month of February. It's the month of love. And, you know, elections is the expression of our democracy and our democratic right by going to the polls and vote. I always mention we got 2 loves. We got our mother, and I always said the motherland. Our motherland is our community, it's our town. We need to think about the candidates of both political parties and make the analysis, as the minister rightly mentioned, which team and that is represented party is working for you, the people. Which team is going to continue to see development and bring jobs and have communications with the community. That team is Philip De La Fuente and the UDP team. And if we are to grow as a community, you know, we must agree to disagree and disagree to agree, but at the end of the day, when we walk on this same highway, this new road to development that we are putting together for the future of our children and our great-grandchildren, you know, the sacrifices, we have to make them today. And that sacrifice sometimes is heavy on our shoulders, but we must always do the right thing to preserve. We call Sugar City our city. Let us preserve our Sugar City. Let us move forward with our people to see employment, to see, for example, from Fonseca Street all the way to New Hope, a nice sidewalk with sheds so the students don't get wet when it rains, that they have a shed when the sun is hot. When you see a shed, a proper shed by the students going to Buffalo's Junior College, that the youths can see that we have a municipality that cares for us, brighten up and light up the whole boulevard of Otrobenke all the way down so that people can have clarity for more safety in Orange Walk. My people, all that development comes with people who work. People who co-work. And the first lights in Orange Walk was done by a UDP mayor under the leadership of Ravey Gonzalez. And now we have a proven leader with a good record, a hard-working leader in the person of Philip De La Fuente. You have heard of his 6 team who are workers, thinkers, and most important, they have the love for the people of Orange Walk. So I just want to ask you, on March 7th, I am registered in Orange Walk Central. I will go to vote at San Francisco. I will vote not only for me, I will vote for my grandchildren. I am going to vote for my neighbors. I'm going to vote for Union Tong and everybody to show them that if we don't stand up for our rights and our freedom now and the justice of equal representation by Belmopan, then you know we need to come together. I'm going to vote for Philip De La Fuente and the 6 UDP candidates. I'm going to vote 7 red down the line, and I want to invite you to join me, and let's go together and vote for the UDP for a better Orange Walk. That's my appeal to you this morning.
Thank you very much, RC1. We'd like to thank Morris and Rahim for the controls this morning. Also, Fortunato Noble for being here with us this morning and guiding us. And also everybody helping, everybody tuning in. This show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. It's all day on YouTube. Minister, thank you very much. Congratulations, RC1. Once again, happy birthday, my brother. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we say, well, tomorrow we'll be back right here. And like the minister said, that the mayoral candidate for the UDP, Philip De La Fuente, will be here when they launch that manifesto. So stay tuned for that. We talk to you tomorrow. Have yourself a wonderful and great day. My name is Robert Cheke Usher.
Sugar City Morning Show.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize.
This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
The United States have been calling out the government on issues of drug trafficking in this country, and that we are turning a blind eye.
Is that the same blind eye you, your family, and the PUP turned when this man, Joe Briseño, your father, used his high office